There is a moment before time begins, a silence that holds the mystery of everything. From that silence, life emerges. Not just flesh, not only breath, but a spark, a presence, a being stepping into the visible world. No one remembers the beginning, yet it marks the start of a sacred journey. Birth is not simply the arrival of a body, it is the unveiling of a consciousness, a soul, if one believes in such things. A force with memory older than time, yet new to the experience of this world. Some say we are here by chance, others feel we are here by choice. But regardless of belief, there is something undeniable about the human path. It is full of questions. Why are we here? What is this life for? From our earliest moments, we seek comfort, connection, warmth. We search, sometimes blindly, for love, for meaning, for a place where we belong. And as we grow, we are shaped by time, by joy and pain, by the things we gain and the things we lose. There are voices that say, life is a test, life is a dream, life is a journey of the soul. Each experience, they say, is a lesson wrapped in mystery. There are ideas, ancient and eternal, that suggest we come into this life to learn what cannot be taught in words, to remember something we already knew before we arrived, to rise again and again, through different forms towards something greater than ourselves. This path is not always easy. There are days when the weight of existence feels heavy, when sorrow stretches its shadow over everything. But even then, there is something within that does not give up. A quiet strength. A knowing that suffering is not the end of the story. This is life, not just a series of moments, but a movement toward understanding, growth, awakening. A journey not of miles, but of spirit. As the body matures, so does the inner world. Slowly, silently, shaped not only by time, but by the invisible weight of experience. We begin to ask deeper questions. Not just, what will I do? But who am I becoming? Life reveals itself in layers. What once seemed simple becomes complex. What once felt certain starts to shift. We begin to notice that the world outside is not always fair, not always kind, not always clear. And yet, within that uncertainty, something powerful awakens. Pain teaches what joy cannot. Loss reveals the depth of love. Failure uncovers strength that success may never demand. There are seasons in life, not only of weather, but of soul. Moments of light and moments of deep shadow. In the stillness of those dark hours, many find themselves looking inward. Not toward the noise of the world, but towards something quiet, something eternal. It is there, in silence, that wisdom begins to bloom. The idea begins to take root, that we are not here only to take, to conquer, to achieve. We are here to transform, to refine what is rough, to soften what is hard, to awaken what is sleeping within. We are not just passing through life. Life is passing through us, shaping us, breaking and rebuilding us, guiding us towards something we can't yet name but feel deeply when we pause to listen. Some say the soul is in a constant state of becoming, carved by kindness, tested by adversity, stretched by love. And so we walk, each step a step inward, even as we move through the outer world. The further we go, the more we see that life is not a straight line, but a spiral, bringing us again and again to the same truths, but from deeper places. Time passes, not with the rush of clocks, but with the soft erosion of days, and the body, once full of endless energy, slows. Lines appear on the face, but they are not just signs of age. They are stories, each wrinkle a moment, each scar a memory. The soul, now quieter, has learned to listen more than speak. It no longer races to be seen, but to see, to notice beauty in small silent places. In the eyes of those who have lived long, there is a gaze that holds the weight of everything. Laughter, grief, love, regret, but also peace. A peace not born from perfection, but from acceptance. There is a truth that becomes clearer with time, that everything we held so tightly will one day be released. Possessions, roles, titles, they all fade. But what remains? What lasts after the body begins to fade? The answer is not found in things, but in the invisible imprints we leave behind. The love we gave, the forgiveness we offered, the courage we lived by even when no one saw. And as the horizon draws closer, a quiet question begins to rise. Have I become who I was meant to be? There is no final answer, only a feeling, a sense of alignment between the soul and the journey. And maybe, just maybe, that is enough. Not a life without mistakes, but a life that tried. Not a perfect story, but one filled with truth, with presence, with awakening. There is no fear when the heart has made peace with time. The end is no longer an enemy, but a return, not to nothing, but to something greater than we could ever name. And so one day the body rests, not in defeat, but in completion. What began with a cry returns to silence, but it is not the same silence. It is deeper now, richer, fuller, wiser. The end of life is not a closing of meaning. It is the unfolding of a deeper mystery. Some believe that consciousness continues, that what we truly are cannot be buried, cannot be lost. Others see the end as a return to unity, where individuality dissolves into something vast and eternal. But whether one sees beyond the veil or only what is here, there is a truth we all feel. That we are more than bones, more than names, more than the time we spent here. We are echoes of love. We are the hands that held, the voices that comforted, the choices that lifted others when we had nothing to gain. And these do not vanish. They remain, not in monuments, but in hearts. In the quiet impact we leave behind, life continues. And perhaps that is the secret, that the end is not the end. It is a doorway, a passing into another way of being. Unknown, yes, but not empty. For the one who has lived with love, for the one who has listened to the call of the soul, there is no final fear, only a return to that original silence. But now with the fullness of a life truly lived. And maybe, just maybe, that was the purpose all along. Not to understand everything, but to feel, to grow, to remember, to become, and to leave the world a little more luminous than we found it.